Step into faith. Step into faith. Let's talk today. More God's truth and love will light our way. Where harmony, perspective, shining so bright. Faith and wisdom guiding the light. Hope in our hearts, truth in our view. Join the conversation. It's all for you. Their harmony. Where faith comes alive. Where faith comes alive. Step into faith. Let's talk today. Where God's truth and love will light our way. White harmony, perspective, shining so bright. And faith and wisdom guiding the light. Hope in our hearts, truth in our view. Join the conversation. It's all for you. Where harmony. Step into faith. Step into faith. Let's talk today. More God's truth and love will light our way. Where harmony, perspective, shining so bright. Faith and wisdom guiding the light. Hope in our hearts, truth in our view. Join the conversation. It's all for you. Their harmony.
Thrilled. We have two wonderful women with us, and they are here to share their travel agency business. They are none other than Kennisha Crawford from Kennie Sees It Travel, along with Esther Mortis, owner of Esmarme Travels. Yeah, I got that. That's good sign. I was twisting, and I said Esmarme. I said, that's a beautiful name. If that's not the pronunciation, I'll ask her to change it. But see, it's the correct pronunciation, right? It sounds exquisite and traveling already, right?
And so, welcome. We're so happy to have you on our show. And so, let's jump right in. Okay. So, we want to ask you, what inspired you to start your travel business, and how has your faith shaped your journey?
So you want me to start, or you want?
You start.
Okay. Well, besides wanting something to bring extra income, I always admired people who were able to turn their hobbies or what something that they love or like into something that can generate income for them. And I love to travel. I enjoy it. I mean, I always listen to people talk about, I want to go somewhere, but I just want to get there. I don't want to travel. But for me, I don't mind the entire moving from one place to another. I love it. Planning trips, going on trips. And so I thought to myself, one of these is some way, somehow, I need to turn that hobby into something that I love. Mm-hmm. And of course, being a Christian, I pray about things a lot. I pray about finances. I pray about everything in my life. And then it's, it has to be that this is the person who should be here with me, because she's the one she kept posting, and I always saw her post, Mm-hmm. And I just always like, okay, brush it by. And then one time I said, let me reach out to her, because I know Miss Esther. So And I was skeptical, the normal
Trying something
skepticism.
new.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she just provided all the information. And even while she was providing information, I still was prayerful about it. And I felt like the way it was flowing and going each step or everything, I felt like it was something that God is saying yes to. And so that's how I got into it.
And Miss Esther?
So
So for me, like Kennisha, I enjoy traveling. I love planning trips. I have been planning excursions for like more than 10 years. When I saw the post on Facebook and said that you could be a travel agent, and I reached out to the person and I said, but it's not in Belize as yet. So that was a downer. But I continue planning my own trips. And one day, another day after I retired, I was at home one morning and I saw the post again and I sent it expecting the same reply. And instead of getting that reply that it's not in Belize, I got a list of countries that it is in. And when I looked, Belize
Oh, okay.
was one of the countries, and I said yes. And I signed up for it.
God's timing, because
Yes.
it was right after retirement.
Right. I was at home doing nothing. The morning I was scrolling Facebook and I went into one of my travel groups and saw this post.
Amazing.
Yes.
Right. So we know that opening a business, starting a new business is never easy. And so I know you ladies have met some challenges. So my question is for you guys is, how has trusting God helped you through these challenges that you encountered while starting this business?
Well, that's a very good question. And I must say, I am not this outgoing, extroverted person all into social things.
You look quite bubbling at the camera right now, so I don't know.
I am not. I just rise to the occasion, right?
Okay.
And so that is a challenge for me. And going into this, I realized that that would be a challenge for me. And so I continue to rely on God for guidance in that, and strength, and the wherewithal or the encouragement to do it, because it takes a lot from me. But it is my dream and I want to make it work. I'm very, very, very new, very fresh in this. Just this January, I started. So yes, that's how he has blessed me, because he continues to help me to, every time I feel a little fearful or nervous or whatever about anything I'm about to do, because it includes me reaching out to people and communicating with people, which I'm
Going
not a big
out of your
fan of.
comfort zone.
Definitely out of my comfort zone. It's definitely helping me to grow spiritually, because that's a part of it as well. And I never lose sight of what I'm supposed to be doing in his kingdom for him, right? So I make sure of never to lose sight of that as well.
Okay, so my story is a bit different from Kennisha. I was at home doing nothing. I did my training. Now I'm all trained. No bookings.
Oh.
And one afternoon, when I was just about saying, wondering, testing, is this really the right move? Someone reached out to me and tell me that they need me to plan a trip for them. I was like, but where did you see it? I don't know this person. I went to their Facebook page thinking it's a prank. I don't know this person. I said, but she kept insisting, asking me questions, but this isn't going that way, like anybody is pranking me. He said, let's meet up. And she asked me what time I could meet her. And we met at a cafe, and that I got my first booking, and so I testify that God opens doors that you didn't even knock on, because this person doesn't know me and she trusted me to book her family vacation.
And you had to have a level of trust to go out there, meet a complete stranger.
Well, we were talking. We talked on the phone. She texted, then we talked on the phone, and then we set up the meeting to finalize the trip.
And I'm sure, because like,
Files.
for example, my friend has this online business where she sells stuff, and so people know that that's my friend, and they will say, oh, I would like to purchase this. And then you go to the extent that you say, okay, let me go to her and ask her. And then she goes and do the work behind, and then say, oh, it's okay, I don't want it. And I am the middle person, and I feel so bad because she has already put in this work, right?
Yes.
And so how do you manage that?
I guess I have gotten used to it. Well, I looked at it as practice.
Okay.
When people call, like, because I had a lot of that, I had a lot of requests, and I just look at it as practicing. People said that you need to get paid for your time, but I didn't look at it like that. I look at it that, hey, I could get this done, and so now my challenge is to how quick I can get it done.
Okay.
I use that as, okay, do the research, how quick I could put a trip together for you. That's my challenge now.
Okay.
Instead of looking at it that people will be asking me for something and don't use me, because I got a lot of that in the first, say, 6 months.
Yeah, I understand that. Sometimes people just want to inquire about your business, and maybe they think, it's not feasible at this time, and that being responsive still and still engaging can make them come back when they do have that opportunity to share or afford such a service or a trip. Yes. So, tell us one moment where you clearly saw God move in your business.
Well, like I said earlier, I literally just started newbie, and I know everybody knows that, starting up a business it starts slowly, and just like she mentioned just now, no bookings, I'm right there. And for me, that I would say God is still moving, because by now my normal self, just me in my head, would have already said, it's not working out. So, but I would, like, as people would say something in your head or in your mind, but I believe it's God moving to say, remember what this is about. Remember what you're doing. So just be patient, keep at it. I'm here. And so I'm hanging in there, and with hope and looking forward to growth, because the working it's not that people haven't reached out. It's just that there's no booking after the reaching out as yet, right? So again, that's practice for me. It's helping me to grow, and so I would say that in itself is God moving in my business and in my life.
Understand.
So I could say that that incident that I had with that lady, I guess that was my my part that God, because like I said, he opened doors that I didn't even knock on. I was trying to cater to my friends, people that I know, and nobody came. This lady come out of nowhere and just stepped in and gave me my first booking.
Yeah. That one little light of hope, right?
Yes.
So you can keep going.
Okay, so what advice would you give to other Christian women of faith looking to start a business. So, you know, with challenges, sometimes we don't really go through them. So, what advice, if you could give them one advice so far on your journey that you would give a Christian woman who wants to start a business, want to be bold and brave like you ladies, right? So, what advice would you give them?
For me, I would definitely say to never lose hope, never lose sight of one day what God has placed in your heart. Because I believe if you enter into business, whatever you enter into business on, that's what God led you to. And even though things might look opposite to what you were hoping for or looking for, don't lose hope. Always remember to go to God in every single thing. Because us, our little human minds, cannot comprehend. We can't. So with Him, like, you do things you don't even recognize yourself doing it, just because you have asked Him to move divinely in your life, and He does it. So never lose hope and never lose sight of who you serve.
I would say to begin with a prayerful intention.
Okay, beautiful.
To let your purpose be more than profit.
Oh yeah, I really
So-
think that's a
Oh, I
piece
love
of
that.
advice.
I would like a pen to write that down. Yes, that's some good advice.
Yes, so that would be my advice to them. Don't give up hope.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful.
And I know that you guys have, you're talking about your business. I know you have your social media handles or ways to contact you. Would you like to share any of them at this time? How can people reach out if they want to inquire about your services?
Or better yet, tell us exactly the service that you're providing for these people, because I heard a little and I'm already trying to get the service.
Okay, so as travel agents, what we do is provide you with information on whatever trips you might be planning or want to go on, as well as providing ideas of where you can go with whatever resources you have, right? So, so we can we have access to booking flights, hotels, stays are all inclusive, all over the world. We are agents with IntelliTravel, IntelliTravel, right?
Yes,
And they're a travel agency, and they work with a lot of, they call them partners. So it's people who own properties, hotels, airlines, all over the world, including like the cruises, the cruise line.
Ooh.
Yes. And so whenever someone comes and says, "Oh, we'd like to have maybe we want to have a group trip with our friends or our family," okay, we'll get some information from you, and based on the information, we go searching for rooms, flights, tours, and good prices that you can afford. Additionally, we can also plan it way ahead, and later on we're going to tell you about one that we have going on right now. And you can actually afford it because you can pay over time, and plan your trips and have fun, all at no cost, because we're not charging a fee for this. And you might say, but well, then how you make money? Why you want to go to you? It's just because whether or not you come to me or not, when you book anything, it's an agent who, or either an agent or an organization that will be getting commission that is built into the cost.
Okay.
So the cost of any ticket, any hotel, the breakdown includes a commission. all that matters is who gets it. So if I book it for you, I
You get it.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Right? And as you guys can see on the screen, we have flyers. We have where you can see their business and different promotions. And I know the viewers at home are waiting for that promotion. But you mentioned something very important, because growing up thinking about a cruise, I am thinking that I have to retire and use the retirement money. That's the first thing that I think when I hear cruise.
Right.
That I have to retire for that retirement money and then go big. Right?
And one time too, because if you got the retirement money
it's
only
a
one
one
time,
time. It's a one time. I better enjoy it. So, you know, we want these dreams to be reality for people. And so, Kennisha Travel and Esmarme
yes.
can tell us how we can make those dreams reality. And a lot of people feel like you have to be in this big financial space comfortably for you to travel. So let the viewers know how they can accomplish this.
Okay.
Yes. So we have a
Documentation.
we have a cruise for July of 2026. July 18th to the 26th.
So
of
8 days,
days.
7 nights.
Oh, okay.
Southern Caribbean cruise to the ABC, Islands.
Yeah.
So
and
that's Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao.
Curacao. So, see, you said you think you have to retire and get...
So-
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We have put out our flyer with the prices.
Prices.
They're subject to change, but at least you see there what you have to work with. And we're a year out. We haven't even gone into July as yet, so we're exactly 1 year out. You have a year
To plan.
to plan, to save, to pay towards. By the time the trip comes around, you will have already paid, and you're on a cruise, and you're enjoying yourself, and you're island hopping because you're going to the 3 islands. And so it's very possible your dreams come true, and it's not as big as you think. You don't need to be rich.
Yes, because as you can see on the flyer, they have beautiful, colorful, attractive flyer. It tells you the destination, which is the ABC Island, and it has the name of the different islands that you're going to visit, the time frame. And I see something very important is how you get this process started and how you go about paying. Right? So how do I say, okay, you're giving me a payment plan, right?
Yes.
So how do I go about even starting? So do I reach out to you guys? Do I visit you somewhere?
Yes.
Documentations? How do I go about to start?
Okay, so you reach out to either
We're-
one of us.
Right. We
Well, we
Three
have
of us
there's
are,
3 of
yeah,
us. This
collaborating
cruise is
on this.
Is collaborating.
Yes.
With 3
of us. So we have myself, Miss S, and we have another one. Her name
Miss
is Arlette
Arlette.
Arana.
Okay,
So you
so
can reach out to
3
anyone.
different travel agents.
Yes.
Yes.
And y'all
One.
came up to come together to collaborate to make this extravagant event.
Yes,
right?
we call it
So
vacation.
after reaching out to you, wonderful ladies, what do I do next?
Okay, we'll have you fill out a customer details form, your credit card authorization form, and if necessary, the insurance waiver form.
Okay.
So the customer details form is to gather your information. It's the same information for the cruise, but you will tell us how many people would be in the cabin. Different their personal details of each person. That will be on the customer details form. The credit card authorization form is for giving us authority to charge the credit card, but that might not be necessary because Carnival now has it's a Carnival cruise, by the way.
Okay.
Carnival now have that I can send you the payment link. So you won't be necessary for you to give us your credit card information anymore. We will send you the link. You will make the payment. I will see when you make the payment, and we will.
So how about a situation where I don't have a credit card?
Right. That's not a problem.
Okay, because I was already saying you guys boxing me out.
There are options. You can, we can work out something where you could do a deposit, and we use another payment method, another card, or if you have someone you trust that you know that you can do that with. Of course, with the little fees for the use of the card, but anything is possible.
So it's still possible. Okay, yes. It looks like I'm still in the running here. Good.
Yes, so we will ask you to choose your cabin, your type of cabin, whether it's an inside cabin, an ocean view, or a balcony.
And
of course, they have different prices.
That's right, because I can tell the balcony is going to give me something extra.
Yes, so the and the number of people that will be in the cabin, right? So the prices that we quote is for 2 people in the cabin. But that doesn't mean that if you have a family of 3 or 4 or 5, as up to 5 people can be in a cabin, that we can't accommodate, but we'll have to give you that price.
Okay.
We'll have to do a
so your initial pricing is for 2?
For 2 people.
But it's still per person.
Yes, and that price is per person that we quote on the flyer.
Okay.
Okay, for a pair.
So, and that price includes the cruise price, the fees and taxes, and gratuities.
Okay.
So when you pay that, the only thing that it does not cover is the insurance.
So you pay that
for the vacation insurance. You could pay it when you finish paying for the cruise, or you could ask us to add it, and we could add it.
Okay, so for the people that hear insurance, can you explain that a little bit more? What do you mean I'm paying insurance for?
All right, so it's the vacation protection.
Okay.
So that in case you have to...
In case that you already paid for the trip and something happens, you can't go, you absolutely cannot go. Your money is covered.
Oh, beautiful. You know, you have scared me when I said insurance. I said, am I going to have an accident out there? But it's basically to cover any money you have paid so far.
But it's also for that if you are on the cruise, you get into an accident.
So it covers everything.
It covers everything.
It covers that as well.
Yes.
So there's an emergency and you need to leave the ship immediately.
Yes.
So there will be prices to that. So the insurance is going to
cover that.
Say you cannot finish out your trip. All right.
Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So you hear it, people at home, and I believe I see a $50 on your flyer.
Yes. The
US dollars.
Hey, don't talk to the payment plan, but
okay,
I have to tell you what's included in the cruise price.
Okay.
It's 8 days accommodation and unlimited food on the ship.
Say it louder.
Okay.
Unlimited food.
Unlimited. It's getting better fare.
Yes. In the food includes fine dining, so you could every night you could go dressed up and go and have a
choose the restaurant.
And you know, when it comes to food, that's one of the things I think the most of when travel. Not because I love eating, but
because of that.
When you're going somewhere different, you don't necessarily know how much the food is going to cost. If I want to eat out somewhere nice, how much is it that I'm going to spend? Because you know every country varies, right? And so like you started to think, how much money do I need to take? Will it be enough? Will I?
So you don't have to take any.
Okay.
You don't have to take any. There are some specialty restaurants on the ship. So you could look up to see what's their prices. I don't know the prices because you don't need to.
That's right. That's right. I wasn't even going to question you more on that, but go ahead.
So there are some specialty restaurants that you pay for, but for the most part, you'll be assigned a dining room where you will eat your dinner every night.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
go, you make your reservation, you could call, make your reservation, tell them what time they will tell you what time to come.
Okay.
Okay.
And so it's really
And it's all day, all night, or
the food in the dining room though, you have the dining room closes at 10, I think. So
I would have already ate by then.
yeah, so in the main dining room, they call them the main dining room, that they assign you, it close by 10. So you have to eat by 10. But there are other places on the ship that you could eat 24/7.
Okay.
There's the leader deck where the food is a buffet.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay. So got all kinds of options.
So
Yes,
that covers
yes.
accommodation, food,
yes,
For
food and
atheists.
entertainment.
entertainment. They have shows
On
on
the
the
ship.
ship.
Oh.
There's live shows in a theater
Okay.
form. So you could go to dinner and a show every
Oh.
evening.
Every
Imagine
single
that. You pay for this one package and you go
Yes.
out every day, every night.
I remember you be island hopping too.
Yes.
Okay,
Free
so
and-
when we get to the different islands,
Well, you come off the ship if you want. Well,
Yes,
I would
yes.
think you want.
I will
Yes.
definitely
You
want.
explore the island, but that's the only thing that's not included. Like if you go on a tour on the island,
island.
that's at your cost.
Yes, that's not included.
Yes,
That's
but you'll be touring 3 islands: Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. 1 cruise. I have sea days, I have ship days, right? So,
Yes.
Okay.
On the sea days, I think this is 8 days, so there will be 2 what they call it, the nights,
the nights.
oh, it used to be captain's night, but it's I can't remember what they call it now, where you get dressed up like
Okay.
prom style and you take pictures.
Oh, okay.
oh. So all of this included.
All of that is included. Well, the pictures is
So-
not included.
So you-
The
But they
pictures,
have,
once you take the
a
pictures.
lot of photo ops
Okay.
around the
So
ship
you
on
can
that night where
you can
could
capture all the
your
moments,
fancy
all
clothes.
dressed up.
Yes.
Yeah, this look like 2 suitcases. And by all means, we're gonna go out every night.
Yes. There are pool. You have pool access.
Yeah, cause I ain't swimming in no sea. So
Yeah,
for the
then.
people that are terrified of, the lot of creatures and lot of water, so they have access to pool on the cruise.
On the ship.
Gym and the golf course. So you don't have to just
yeah.
eat. You could be
See, I
working out.
I can't use the excuse that you know.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I went on a cruise, I couldn't go to gym, no. You still put in that workout, and I'm gonna need it, cause by all means I'll take advantage of the food.
There's the water park
Wow.
for the kids. Well, and the kids that
So
have.
there's things for the kids to do as well.
Yes, and there are
Right.
camps. They have kids camp that if you take your kids, they don't have to be with you around the ship. They have kids camp for them.
Okay.
Sign them into kids camp.
And that's included as well
that's
in the price.
included.
oh.
I like the word included. All of us are
Yes,
included. Yes.
inclusive. Yes. There are kids camp. The kids camp and youth camp. They have for the older kids. I think
Okay.
up to 17.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah, up to 17 for them. What's not included though is your
Okay.
airfare to get to Miami,
Where the port
the,
is.
where the port is, where we'll be leaving from. The hotel, your stay, if you don't have anywhere to stay in Miami.
Because you
so
need to be you have to be there 2 days.
It's recommended to be there 2 days before.
Okay.
Because
So,
it's summertime,
so like somebody booking you would need like a 2 weeks.
just 2 days before they
Yeah.
close.
So
Oh,
I
you
would
mean
say
to
that
be away
like,
from-
I would like for those who work, right?
Yes.
And
To
then it's
accommodate
July,
all
so
of
it's
this.
summertime with
Yes.
respect to the kids. So definitely
'cause you
2
need
weeks.
to be 2 days before, and then
Yeah.
you'll come off. So and the cruise is already 8 days, so that's
Yes, 10. So I was saying like you
10,
know.
you might-
week and a half too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so the hotel pre-cruise and
Question
post-cruise.
before you move on. So you said that we need to pay for the traveling. Would you guys make that arrangement for them as well, and then they
Yes.
Yes.
We
yeah,
can
so
do
you
it.
guys
make
can
all that
because you see when I say no planning, I mean no planning.
Yes.
It's just going. Because
Yes,
for
that's
me, honestly, for me, I'm somebody that I love going out. I love traveling, but I do not like doing logistics. I don't like trying to look up 200 hotels, trying to figure out which one is the best.
Well, you know what? You're the best client right
No,
now.
I don't want any of that. I don't
We do
listen
all
to
that
me.
for you.
Yes.
The
yes. You just tell me
transportation,
what's
the
your-
hotel.
Everything.
Yeah. Everything. Rental, where you'll get it from, the best ones. And as in our trainings, they tell you, don't give or offer anything to somebody that you wouldn't yourself want
Okay.
or like. So you will be getting good advice and
Well, it sounds like
A lot
we're
of
ready
assistance.
to go on
Yes.
this cruise with you guys.
All right. So, any other thing you want to share about the?
We're at the payment plan now.
Okay.
So the deposit is US $50 per person, and we have a special offer if you pay between
now on Saturday.
now and Saturday. If you contact us between now and Saturday and make your $50 deposit,
US.
we
She don't like when you say 50.
Yeah, because when you say 50, I feel good, and then you say US, I say, oh,
yes, US $50.
US $50.
And then our prices are in US dollars.
Okay, so anything you guys see on Kennisha Travel or Esmarme, it's US dollars, people.
Yes.
Good. So you make the deposit, and what's the offer if we pay before Saturday?
We have an incentive for you.
Surprise?
Yes.
Oh,
a surprise.
surprise.
But
See, I like
it's
surprises.
something that you would like. we
Feel
could
free
guarantee
to
you
reach
that.
out to Kennisha Travels and Esmarme to see what that surprise incentive is.
But that doesn't mean if Saturday passes and you're still interested that you don't reach out now. You still could reach out.
Yeah.
Remember, you're being an early bird, so it's going to be to your advantage. And so you can reach me at 615-1458.
And you can reach me at 676-0378.
All right. So after you guys make that payment and you
Yeah.
start making your payment plan.
Payment plan. We could
you choose.
do it in, you could choose monthly installment, or we can work with you as long as the final payment is on March 31st, 2026.
On or before. Yep.
Okay, very
Yes.
good. It sounds like a plan. And you guys have heard everything from accommodation to traveling to payment to entertainment. What to do with the little ones, because you cannot leave the little ones at home, right? And so, looking back, and as we mentioned, we are looking at Christian women and their businesses and how God helps them through. So just a reflection with a scripture before we ask the ladies to step down. Or is there any one last thing you would like to say before we wrap up?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be a yes, right? But
I just want to quickly go through. I know a lot of things might be going through the viewers' minds at home concerning this cruise. Of course, you could reach out to us if you have any more questions if we didn't answer your questions.
they have answers, people. Trust me, they do.
But some of the things that you might be thinking about, well, we already talked about. What if I don't have a credit card? You know, we could work that out. That's not an issue. So, obstacle number one, you will not have it. Obstacle number two, you might set up for rich people. The cruise are for rich people. No, we're making it affordable. We have payment plans and
Incentives.
and incentives, and as you go along, you will see how good it will make you feel that, you know, okay, I'm almost there, and you're done. You're going on a cruise in July, you will be finished by March. It will feel free by then, right? You're not comfortable traveling alone. Well, whoever books, whoever goes on this cruise, we're going to be doing it as a group experience. So don't worry, we could help you book your flight to the port. We could coordinate so we all go together. So you don't have to feel alone, even if if it's just you or
Yes.
right. Or I don't like to swim, or I don't like to be on the water and for so long. But you need to. You don't need to swim. You don't need to touch
Because
the water.
there's other entertainment.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And most of the time will be spent on the ship or on the islands, and
Yes.
you get to see 3 in one trip. You get to visit 3
Three
places.
new places.
So don't hesitate to reach out. Don't think about it too long, because it's selling. It's selling.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Guide you every step of the way. And the last word is Mortis.
Just reach out to us.
And ask all
the questions.
you need to ask. And if you
Yes.
notice these ladies aren't afraid to commit their time to you guys and answer questions, right? So, and we reflect on Proverbs 16:3 that says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans, right? So that verse truly reflects each of these women's bold step in faith and your bold step in committing to that travel plan. Okay, guys, so we are going to take a short break as we invite our second guest. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you.
Remember,
You too.
Kennie sees it travel, Esmarme Travels.
And the other young ladies, Beyond Borders with Arls.
Beyond border with ours.
ours.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Step into faith. Let's talk today. Where God's truth and love will light our way. White harmony, perspective, shining so bright.